Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. Episode 124. I was just saying that before I hit the record button.
Which is why I was talking when she hit the record button.
Which is completely fine, and if you don't recognize my awesomely hot co-host here, this is Becca, formerly of the Nip Bites podcast, also known as Pinfish on Plurk.
Yes, that is me.
And Bika on Ravelry.
Well done.
Yeah. See, I'm good at stuff. I watched you too long. I can do pretty much any podcast that I've watched for too long. I can do it.
Their little intro or outro thing.
I accidentally once did the Knit One Heart 2 one on my podcast.
Wow.
Penny 181.
That's hilarious. Wow.
So there you have it. Because they're cute. I like them.
Yes. So I apologize for the lighting situation. It's my fault. It's late.
I'm going to be half blue. You're just going to deal with it. And when we're done recording, we're going to go on with our merry ways, and I'm going to continue getting shit ready. And there's my explicit take.
Sweet. Get it out of the way early.
Okay, I do have a finished object, and you don't. So I'm starting. She's almost got a finished object. She'll have one by the end of the show.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not even half done. It's a lot.
I finished the Madame Raz fat bottom striped socks.
Mm-hmm.
The afterthought heels are in.
Mm-hmm.
There's the little nipples. And these are going to be stock socks, you know, whatever, stockinette, I guess. But they will be used at shows to show you what a fat bottom stripe comes out looking like how big the stripes are. The only downside with making self-striping yarn is people do not know how wide they are or what they're going to look like without an actual knitted sample. Mm-hmm. And I don't have a professional scanner yet. I'm working on it. Don't worry about it. So I cake them and sell them in cakes. And people like it because they can just start knitting it, which is fine by me. But it's really hard to see how that color variation shows up. So I'm going to try and do one of each of the various amounts of color, for lack of a better term. And these are the first ones. And they're knit to my size. So when I get sick of, like, having them around, I can put them on my feet.
Good call.
I thought so. I was going to do a tri-stripe for, like, hubby's socks because he made me dye him. Well, he didn't make me. He asked me nicely to dye him a necromorph.
Yeah.
And so I did. And not only has he, like, unwarped it and caked it and then skeined it, it's currently sitting in the kitchen so that I can stare at it. I thought about making that as the tri-stripe model, and then I was like, yeah, but he can't put it on his feet, and that completely defeats his purpose, which is wearing the awesome socks. It's my only finished. And Becca's got nothing.
Nothing at all.
She's currently kitchening.
It'll be done very soon. It looks really stupid right now, actually.
It's not bag. It kind of. I thought it was a sockhead hat at first.
Oh yeah, it kind of looks like one.
That's out of Araucania.
No, this is, I think, Ella Lace Merino.
It looks like Blue Moon.
Yeah, this is the Ella Lace. It's nice stuff. I mean, feel it. It's got an interesting sort of springy texture.
I like spring.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
I got many comments from our sproing conversation last time you were here, so I may as well say I love the sproing.
Yeah, it's not splitty at all, which is nice.
The splitty is a hard thing to do. Mm-hmm. It depends. Do you want a slick yarn or do you want a fluffy? Yeah.
It's very bouncy. It's good stuff.
I find the bouncier the yarn, the less it tends to split, personally.
Because the ply is tighter. Makes sense.
But then if I want really to show off my stitches or a pattern or something, I want a thin yarn, and then I start splitting the crap out of it. But either way. Either way.
Yeah, so I guess I'll talk about
Works in progress.
We're already talking about it. This is that cowl I showed. Well, I didn't actually show it last time, but I talked about it last time.
She showed it the time before.
Yes, I did. And it is basically done at this point. I can't remember the name of the pattern, but it should be in the show notes from either last time I was here or the time before that. And
some sort of twisted cowl.
Yeah, basically the idea is you knit a stockinette tube, you make it really long, and then you twist it once. This is the twist here.
That's not really long, though.
Well, it's long enough to go around your neck. It felt really long when I was knitting it. It's 17 inches.
Of course, it's garter stitch, and I believe that is probably the right amount, but still, it's like...
Yeah. Yeah, so 17 inches of stockinette in the round, and then you twist it once and Kitchener the ends together, and so you have a double layered twisted tube for a cowl. It's nice. I mean, it's very simple.
It's good mindless.
Yeah, it'll be a good. It'll be nice and warm, and the twist will sit right under your neck or under your chin, so it's a good shape. But it was not exactly the most interesting knit I've ever done.
It looks like it could be a turban to me.
Yeah, it probably could be just a
I'm
turban.
riding a turban high. I want to make a turban, but don't let me, because I do not need to cast on a turban. I looked at the Grey Garden, so I was going to cast it on, and there's like so many different little lifeboat helpy things in the I'm like, oh. And it's entrelac. It's like, I'm not playing with this just yet.
Yeah, so currently I'm almost half done with the Kitchenering. The inside still needs to be Kitchenered.
So it's a tube, not a flat?
It's tube, yeah. So it'll be double layered, both sides.
That will be very warm.
It'll be very warm.
Should the recipient live somewhere in Minnesota, they will be warm.
Yes.
Or at least any of the upper colder
anywhere
states.
where it's cold.
If it's a southern state.
Or Canada, wherever.
Canada, Norway,
Greenland, like we're
Greenland, yes, Greenland, where hippopotamic land masses are usually found.
I just started this row, so it's going to be stupid and not easy to show, but...
Yeah, whatever.
So my other work in progress is, this is the Araucania.
Ah, yes. Oh, so soft.
And it's a single ply.
I'm not a big fan of singles, ever. But
this is actually really
but I really
nice.
like this.
This is a nice yarn.
That's pretty close to color there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is the same shawl I showed last time.
So pretty.
And it is... I would probably say I have about 40 rows left. 20 charted, 20 plain purling. And it's got this nice cables and lace pattern to the edge of it. And it's not terribly complicated, but it's interesting enough to keep your attention.
Traditional triangle, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it's nice. I am getting close to done with that. And I have one more commission left. So, that'll be good. But yeah, so that's really all I'm working on. This is my whole knitting, and this is my...
you, right?
Maybe. My dad's thinking about commissioning me to do something. So.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Because he...
Oh, no. Daddy's come first.
I need tattoo money. Oh, my God. My tattoo is going to be so expensive.
I have no idea how much mine's going to be.
How big is it? That shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, no.
Mine's going to be my entire chest area. So
well, yeah, and last time I knit him a dog blanket.
Dog cozy.
Dog cozy. Well, it is a tiny dog. It's a Bob dog.
Oh, yeah.
So he is little. He is wee.
Boston Terrier.
Is that what they are?
Yep.
They're cute, but I'm so worried that their eyes are going to pop out of their heads.
I know.
Like, if you hug them, do their eyes just go... Like,
they sure look like it.
It kind of creeps me out, I'm not going to lie. So, works in progress. I didn't bring the Aslan, whatever, by Amy Herzog. I got to the increase portions prior to recording last week. I did 2 of them. Really, it's a stockinette triangle with some shaping at this point. I've got enough to talk about that I don't need to bring that particular vestibule in here. Now, because I had finished these stripy socks, and because apparently I'm not, again, Knitting Mojo left the building. It needs to come home. I don't know who has it. Someone stole it, although a lovely viewer pointed out that I had this problem in episode 16 or something, where it was summer and it left. It did not show signs of coming back, and I went into my Spinning Mojo because of the heat.
Yeah, that happens to me every summer.
Maybe this is just my delayed Spinning Mojo. I'm not sure. But I decided I needed to cast on stripy socks, because that's what I do. And I needed to cast them on for my mother, because she has miniature feet. She's a women's 6.5, 7.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's like my sister-in-law.
It's just happy. Like, you could... Whenever I knit her socks, I always end up with, 75% of a skein left over. And I had this minute little piddly... not even a half a skein. Like, maybe... third? I don't know. I had this breast of a skein that was left over from Sugar Skulls, and I decided I was going to knit that for Mom. So I cast on, and I finished a sock. I did...
Ow.
I did them short.
My goodness, she's tiny feet.
We're talking
so
7 inches, man.
So tiny.
7 inches. I love her feet.
relatively giant feet.
I have 9.5 wide.
Yeah, I wear 9.5 or 10. Not wide, but
Hubby's 11. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I love my mama's feet. So I used a basic black Patton's Croix for the cuff, the toe, and the heel to make up for the fact that I didn't want to run out of yarn. And so this is the first one. Boop. In the Sugar Skulls colorway, which is by moi.
awesome.
It's a 6-color repeat.
I just love the crazy bright colors with black.
I do too. It's fun. I was going to dye some for the update. By the way, there will be no Sugar Skulls on tomorrow's update. It will be next week. Because I ran out of that color.
Is it red?
Yeah, it's a form of red that I do that's a dark burgundy.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, I ran out of it. And I ordered some, and it was like in Illinois for the longest time. It got from California to Illinois, and it just waited there. Apparently, it wanted to go visit Plonky.
Well, can you blame it? She's pretty awesome.
I can't believe I went to Chicago and I didn't get to meet Plonky
Aww.
when I was there. But that was before SSK when I met her. So, like, now, if I went to Chicago again, I would be like, yo, bitch.
She's been in my house.
Your ass down. I keep telling her to come visit us.
She should.
And then I started the second one, and I got the cuff done, and I got the, there you can. Haha. I got the first purple bit done, and I'm starting the orange. And it's a 4-row color repeat, and there's 6 colors. I'm learning to talk, I swear. But I wanted to have these done before I went back to Canada in October, and we won't talk about why. We'll just say I'm going back to Canada in October, and
temporarily.
For like forever. A couple days.
Yeah.
But get the shop updates while you can, because when I get back from there, I'm going to have to do knit and mitten and stuff. So they will be few and far between. In the interim. So that's all I was working on. Spinning. I have spinning. It is not washed or thwacked because I'm lazy. But I felt that since I put it on a nitty naughty, I was winning.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, it's pretty.
This is the Berlin colorway by yours truly on Falkland.
2-ply?
2-ply, 578 yards.
It's very pretty.
It's slightly overplied, but whatever.
Yeah.
It'll relax.
Yeah, I'm sure once you wash it, it'll be fine.
So it's shades of a green and a pink and a purple, and basically I went off, what is it? The Berlin Festival of Lights. Because I'm jealous of everything German. It's just how I roll. Talking about you, Schnuffy. Germans and Norwegians, I'm jealous of the lot of them. And they know it too. So that was my spinning. And I can't, apparently, I know I'm a dyer, but this is work. I give up on that. I did some more on the Turkish. Ta-da! And I'm spinning it thicker. It is the SSK bat, which I believe I made while I was with Dahlia Mama and Show Me Your Knits. Not 100% sure who I was playing with when I was doing poonies and bats, but I am spinning it on the 1.51 ounce 43 gram Osag Orange Jenkins. And yeah, it was about half. And then I'm just going to spin something else and ply them together, and it will probably be a worsted. Maybe. Aaron. It's not going to be a sport because this is going to plump like the dickens.
Mm-hmm. I'd say DK or worsted.
DK to worsted, there you go.
Depending on how much it plumps.
There were just like little clumps of various fibers, so I don't know if there's any Polworth that will go poof in it or not. Because if it's got the Polworth plump, we're hooped. Mm-hmm. It'll go. Because apparently that is my miscellaneous. Oh, I went to a yarn store here that I hadn't been to before.
Which one?
Palette, Knitter's Palette.
Oh, yeah. Christy used to work there.
I bought Opal. Because they had some Opal. And I was like, I want me some Opal just to have it to sit in my stash. Seriously.
It's a good yarn to have around.
It's a good go-to if I need workhorse socks and I want them to stripe.
And you want them to last.
And this is the Samba Sisters, which is apparently...
is like iron.
It wears like... It's not the softest thing you'll ever feel, but it is a workhorse bugger.
Yep. Great for boot socks. It will not just pill and...
And they give you so much. Like, I could do a pair of knee socks out of one of these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of yardage.
And I got big-ass calves. I've got huge, wide feet. Like, seriously, the fact that I can make a pair of knee highs. Probably a normal person could make thigh highs. I shouldn't say that. Whatever. And... see, hubby was home. The one plus of it was when my alarm went off somewhere in the house because I was trying to stalk an update. He was like, your phone's going off. I was like doing something. Like, oh, yeah, it's the Nest update. So I caught a Nest update and I got Narcissistic Unicorn.
Nice.
In the 23 micron Superwash Merino.
Fabulous name.
And as soon as I got it home, do you do My Little Ponies?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I pulled this out, Hubs goes, so it's Rainbow Dash. So that's what it will be called when it is spun. And it's actually her colors.
Yeah, that works.
It is her colorways, too.
Yeah, like if it was purple and still called Narcissistic Unicorn, obviously it would be Verity.
Yes.
Because, I mean, come on.
I'm Pinkie Pie, man.
Yeah, Pinkie's my favorite.
I'm totally a Pinkie Pie.
I like Fluttershy, but Pinkie Pie's my favorite.
I'm a cross between Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie because I am the animal person. I would have, like, have you seen the movie?
No.
The movie's awesome.
I've only seen the show.
They had a movie where they turn into humans.
Oh, gosh.
And they all wear, like, knee highs that look like hooves.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, actually, only Twilight turns into a human. I won't spoil the entire thing. Let me just say, she has to cross over to the human world and learn how to walk on 2 feet, which is even more disastrous than ever. And she freaks out because humans are weird. They do weird, stupid things.
They do.
And Spike turns into a dog.
Ha! That's awesome.
With big, fluffy ears.
Let's do this.
It's not hard to find. The other thing that came, I got a message on Ravelry. And I am surprised at how fast this came, because I think I sent him, like, the response on Friday. Steve and Andy, Dramatic Knit Steve.
Oh, okay.
And his leading man, they opened a dyeing yarn-ness.
Oh.
A yarn studio.
Yarnery?
They opened a business wherein they sell yarn that has been dyed by them in their fine selves.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
It's really new. Like, I think 2 weeks? 1 week?
Wow.
1 week, 2 weeks. And he said, well, do you want some to try? And I was like, well, how can I say no?
Oh, it's pretty.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
This is the Leading Man Fiber Arts Center Stage for Colors. He's like, go pick one. So, of course, I picked the Industrial Dark. It's the Showcase base. It's 490 yards, so I need to figure out what shawl I want to make with it. 100% superwash merino, fingering weight, machine wash gentle, dry flat. There's the shop address, should you need it. There we go. Shop. leadingmanfiberarts.com. There's the front. I love that.
It's really cute.
Those are Steve's glasses, probably. And here's the awesome. And you can't really see the awesome given the shitty lighting we have currently. But it is a very deep blue with hints of purple. A little bit of a browny, purpley gray going through here.
Mm-hmm.
It would make a very nice, subtle shawl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really,
very
really
squishy.
nice.
I'm not going to lie to you. I immediately opened it and started with it.
Yeah, of course. What else do you do with yarn? I mean, come on.
You rub it all over your face.
You rub it on your face. That's what it's for.
And then you put it in your bra.
Yes.
Just don't go out to lunch with
And
roving still stuck in your
it's-
bra.
Yeah.
I did that.
I remember that.
Oh, the show. The worst part was when I was, like, sitting there with my mom, we're eating lunch, and I'm like, what? My bra is poking. What? And I pulled out the thingy of roving, and I was like, and she's like, what the hell?
It's like a tribble.
I am reproducing yarn. If I could reproduce yarn, man, I'd be up the stick tomorrow.
You'd be set for life.
Dude, if I could have kittens, I'd be pregnant all the time. But that's just not the way it works. So I tell my family.
Wow, I think I need to tweet that sentence. If I could have kittens, I would be pregnant.
I used to threaten it in university. I was like, dude, if I could have kittens, it wouldn't even stop me. I'd just be sitting here suckling too while I'm writing notes.
God.
All you hear is,
oh, God.
Like, screw you guys, my kitties need
That's
some
adorable
feedings.
and horrifying at the same time.
I know, it's disgusting to think of interspecies things. But, like, I'm pro pretty much everything species. To interspecies, I draw the line. It's just one of my things. We can't communicate it in the same language. It's good enough for me.
But kittens.
But if I could have kittens or puppies, I'm not particular here. Kittens, puppies, maybe a small mammal like a hedgehog.
Oh dear! Ow!
A mouse. I don't think I'd like to give birth to mice, but maybe I could get.
This is a horrifying conversation.
Well, people are always like, when are you going to have babies? So it's like, you know what?
When they figure out how to have kittens, that's when I'll have babies.
That's what I told someone at SFK. They were like, so when are you having kids? I'm like,
why would they ask you that? That is such a personal question.
Because that's what people do to married people.
Well, they should stop.
So I was like,
if you do that to people, please stop.
You know, if I could have kittens tomorrow, I would have been up the stick yesterday, but that's not the way it works. This is way more of a commitment than a kitten. And I'm just not there.
No. Kittens body trade themselves.
Oh, kittens are glorious. His mom, my mother-in-law, got a kitten. This has caused, like, hardship in our house because I'm like, they got a kitten. I want a kitten. I need kittens. And he's like, no, we've reached caring past you. You're done.
Yeah.
I know. You know what's going to happen? He's going to get deployed.
And then
someone's going to pass away. Someone's going to pass away. I'm not going to say which one because it could be a left field Frank. I don't know. Because Lord knows Petrie is probably going to be here after I die, given her propensity to continue on. But someone will pass while he's on a ship, and he's going to come home and be like, someone passed away. I had to get kittens. It's gonna be like,
it's totally reasonable.
Yeah, it's like, what happened? Well,
Corey knows perfectly well that if any of our cats go, we're getting another one immediately, or two, probably two.
See, that's my reasoning. I'd be like, well, I had to get a kitten.
I want sibling kittens
because they have to have friends.
Yes,
they can't just be beaten up by the others because I've seen what that does to my pets.
I mean, all your cats are pretty old, so if you got one kitten with a bunch of old cats, nobody would be happy.
And a puppy.
Yeah.
You need to get a puppy to go with the kittens so that the dog can grow with its siblings, and because
then it'll be used to cats, and there won't be any problems. Yeah.
And so you don't have a bunch of old cats killing your dog, which is what happened to Bebop, who now thinks he's a cat. So just saying, he's screwed when he deploys. He better pray that he's here when anybody passes away, because otherwise he's like, I'm getting your mom in on this. I'm like, she's in Canada, she can't help you. She really can't. Especially not now that I have a car. Like, wait until I have a driver's license, then there's really no stopping me. It's like, I went to PetSmart. I'm not allowed to go there right now. For that very reason, we'd end up with kittens.
Yeah.
Tangent, sorry.
Too bad, frankly.
Yeah, whatever. You better like kittens if you're here. Speaking of kittens and puppies, I can segue this.
Sweet.
I know. I'm so awesome. There may be some computer shaking. I finished dyeing the prototypes for the Fuji sock yarn. As I mentioned, the Fuji kits previously. There will be 3 bases: a sparkle base, a 80/20 merino nylon, superwash merino nylon, and a 75/25 superwash merino nylon. Or no, 100% superwash. 100% superwash, 80/20 superwash merino nylon, and sparkle one.
Sparkles. Which
is some other way of putting it. There's 5% stellina. You know the rules here. And so these are the sparkly ones. I don't think it's picking up the sparkle, but they are called Fuji's apples, and they just came out of being dry and reskeined, and so they're pretty.
It's true.
They're pretty, and they will be going in kits. I have designed a sock pattern that I have to knit up now that will be included in the kit. I had to wait until these dried. Like, I'm not using the sparkle one. I'm going to use a plain one, but I don't want to obscure the pattern with sparkles. Because I'm like, ooh, shiny. I know I would ignore the pattern. So these, they will have a candle from Wolf Farms, and 100% of the proceeds of this kit are going straight back to the foodster for her cancer treatment. So it's super pretty. It looks like a Fuji apple crossed with Fuji, who is white.
It's really cute. I like it a lot.
It's kind of Christmassy, so it works.
I was gonna say it would also be a really fun Christmas with the sparkles.
The sparkly
Christmas
one?
socks.
Yeah. I think there's a limited amount of the sparkly one right now.
I just have a thing for sparkles. So.
Oh, so this is, I haven't actually named it yet because I can't name it what I wanted to name it. Because there's, like, already a big company that has it.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking of calling it Katamia, because that's what Gomez always calls Morticia. But this is the Morticia-based sock yarn. It is also on the sparkly base. It'll be on the sparkly and the 80/20. And it is variegated reds, a hint of white, some electric purples, and black with an overdyed black-red combo.
It's incredibly beautiful, and I love it.
And smishy.
Oh, yeah, that is really nice. At some point I'm going to have to get some of your sparkle base. It's awesome.
That's not hard to do, dear. There's like 460 some yards.
Wow, that's extremely generous.
Yeah, it's a lot more generous than the other skeins because that's how it came. Not gonna lie to you, it comes how it comes. I work with. That's what I do. The other thing, so Fuji kits are not in the shop yet. I just wanted to show you them so you can understand that they're going to be here before the end of September. There will be different price points based on the base of the yarn. Sparkle will be different from, as it always is. Like, I don't need to tell you that. Morticia will be in the update tomorrow at noon Central. Right? Are we Central Time?
We're Central Time.
We're Central Time. Noon Minnesota time. And there will be a bunch of the bestseller, Sally's Dress, in both Boogeyman and the Baddie Sock. It's a 6-stripe.
Wow. It's awesome.
It's based off her dress.
I would assume so.
And hair.
Right.
And hair. Don't forget the hair. So that'll be there. There will be one that I haven't caked up to show yet, which is a specialty. Well, it's not a specialty. It's a secret skein. In that I made it because of someone who probably, I'm just sending them ones they don't even, all they have to do is knit it. That's my rule with free shit. You just have to knit it eventually. But it's a colorway that was created for a friend. And I will tell you this: it's called tulips and tulips and vegetables. Now she'll get it. The rest of the world is not going to get it. But if you get it, you should go out and buy the skein, which is a 5-color stripe. It's going to be pretty wicked. And the other one that's going up tomorrow is Sweeney Todd, which will probably not be called Sweeney Todd. It will be called something like Demonic Barber because of copyright. It is a mottled gray, a solid black, a bright blue, and the black and the gray are bisected by one red stripe of blood.
That's awesome.
Basically slicing the throat of the, yeah. Because I'm like that. That's how I roll, yo. I roll, yo. I think that's everything I had. Is that everything that was on my list? I think so. I got a shop update. I told everybody everything. I really haven't been up to much knitting. Again. Because I'm crazy.
Because you've been working.
Yes, I have. And I haven't gotten fiber in it in a while, and I need to do that again. But fiber does not sell as well. I don't know why.
It's bizarre.
I know.
I tend to buy it more than I buy yarn.
Me too, and I do a really wicked prep. Not to toot my own horn, but I do.
You do. I've spun it. It's amazing.
So, I don't know. I have to figure that out yet. But, this has been our recording. I am Blue Rune on Ravelry. We shoot stars on Plurk. Sadie Rune on Twitter and Instagram. Come join the Yarnivorous boards. Remember, all the Knitter's Nightmare information is always posted on the Knitter's Nightmare board, so go join there too. Join everything. Like, I mean, you can separate out your boards now. It doesn't really matter how many groups you belong to, so you may as well belong.
Join it. Why not?
Be a joiner.
Sheep are good. We're knitters.
We love sheep. So, do you have anything to say in closing?
Not really.
If I could get pregnant, I'd have kittens. And
you're gonna have to call this episode "Having Kittens."
I will. Brought to you by Kittens. I will see you next week. And aside from that, I hope you're having a great September.
Bye.